got 9 cards in hand. What does he have? A Living Death is what he has. Oh my god, we're gonna get so many 1/1s. Oh, this is gonna be funny. Today on Commander Replay, we play a deck full of entirely 1-drops with Garth the One-Eyed. Next on Commander Replay. Hey guys, there's 2 great ways to support the channel. All links are in the description below. Welcome back everyone. Playing some Garth the One-Eyed today, and we're playing all 1-drops. As you can see in our hand, we have entirely 1-drops. Sadly, only 1 land, so we're gonna have to mulligan that. Otherwise, there were cards that I liked in our hand. Ooh. That is also not ideal. Maze of Ith, Reanimate. Yeah, nope, it's gonna be another mulligan. Off to a good start here. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be this one. Tropical Island into Birds gets a Steel Shaper's Gift into Skull Clamp, so that's a little bit of card advantage. Kind of get our way out of this mulligan at least a little bit. This is also card advantage. Yeah, keep this one. What are we putting back? Well, we're the furthest away from the Colossus Hammer being good, so I guess it's that one. Witch's Oven for opponent. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this list. Should be pretty silly. I think it has some potential to be okay. It's not going to be, like, amazing. Because they are 1-drops after all. But I think every once in a while you could squeak out a win with this deck. We'll take a peek at it in a second after we take our turn. Cool. Soul Ring from the Kaalia. Just what you want to see. That's going to force us into some stuff. Fog is helpful against Kaalia. Play the Tropical Island. Play the Birds of Paradise. I was hoping we were going to have a little time to get this Grim Lavamancer up and going to shoot the Kaalia. We're going to have less time than I initially had hoped. Anyway, so we'll pass like that. We'll take a peek at the deck. I've got it mostly sorted by function right here, because sorting it by converted mana cost does nothing when everything costs 1. So here's the ramp, about 16 cards. I may have missed 1 or 2, but overall I was pretty happy with how the ramp came out. A lot of it's 1 at a time type stuff. There isn't a lot of, like, get you really far ahead type cards at 1 mana, but also really good on removal. A lot of good instant speed removal. We got Mana Tithe in here. Hopefully we can get someone with that. Path, Swords, Tragic Slip, Lightning Bolt. So got some good stuff there. Even Spike Shot Elder might be okay later in the game. I don't know if we get enough mana. Card draw was a little light. Esper Sentinel, Skull Clamp, Bomat Courier, and Enclave Cryptologist. And then we've got a little bit of reanimation in these 2, a little bit of protection, and some tutors over here. I cut the blue tutor just because, like, the spells in the deck aren't all that powerful, and I needed to make room. There's more good 1-drops than I had imagined, but we do have a fair number of, like, level up creatures, and we have this cycle, Dragon Master Outcast. If you control 6 or more lands, make a dragon, stuff like that. Sarah's Ascendant, so cards that kind of scale as the game goes on. Cool. Chromatic Lantern. Well, there's a Path. Path gives us some hope against this Kaalia. So let's play the Swamp. The problem now is that we are a little tight on mana. Cast the Explorer Scope. Oh, do we go for the Lavamancer this turn? Do we think that they'll have Kaalia with haste? It's probably not worth chancing it. I think we sit on the Path. Then the problem is, do we just get into the same problem next turn? We get into the same problem next turn. Okay, let's get the Grim Lavamancer out of our hand, and just pray they don't have haste on their Kaalia. Also, we don't have a 3rd land lined up, which I'm not in love with. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Ugh. There's one you don't want to see. Sacrifice 2 other creatures. Any number of target players each lose 2 life and sacrifice a creature. You make mana and draw a card. If we can get more things into the graveyard, more targets for the Grim Lavamancer to shoot down. That's a Ronas the Indomitable. You know, I would love to keep a Path for that, but what's this thing do? They're going to create a treasure token. Yeah, that seems good. In all likelihood, we'll probably have to burn it on this Kaalia, though. Not thrilled about that. I mean, with the Soul Ring, they could probably start hard casting, too. That's also frustrating. We're on, what, 3 mana? They're on 6? Ugh. Here comes Kaalia. 2 mana up. Could be Lightning Greaves. Thank God. Oh, thank God. See if anyone else wants to deal with that first. There's a Reflecting Pool. Land is good. Oh, what are we doing here? We can steal Shaper's Gift. The problem is I kind of want both of our creatures. We only have Sultai on the Reflecting Pool currently. We also can't activate Grim Lavamancer, so I think that means that can't attack or block. Ugh, getting screwed on colors here. I know what we do. Okay, Explorer's Scope on the Grim Lavamancer. And if Kaalia blocks, we just shoot it. Oh, we could really use a land right here. Swing into the Kaalia opponent. Trigger. It's a land. Not a colored land, but it's a land. I think that at least gets us... No, was our commander Wooburg? Our commander's Wooburg. Do we need to path our own creature at some point? No blocks from opponent. Okay. We'll hold the path and see if anyone else wants to deal with the Kaalia. There's a Cabal Stronghold. Yep, that's good. Not a problem yet, but later in the game it will be. Dread Presence. Ugh. 2 damage to any target, huh? That's not amazing. Does kill Kaalia, though, but they've already played their land. Toggo Goblin Weaponsmith coming in. The untapped mana is relevant to Kaalia because of how much mana they already have, so I'm actually going to wait till their turn to path. Even, they could have protection. Could have protection. I mean, if it's Blacksmith skill, they would have it anyway. If it's something else, tough call. Depends on what they have or don't have. Landfall triggers for Toggo. They make some rocks. Those rocks, unfortunately, can kill everything in our deck. Equips a rock. Oh god, that's got that touch. That's a treasure. See if they shoot the Kaalia. Okay, maybe we can hold our path. Yeah, just gonna shoot it right now. Love it. Love it. We get to sit on the path. Might path the Dread Presence, since that kind of wrecks our deck. Down goes Kaalia. I mean, as long as they keep doing scary stuff, that might keep them tied up with all this over there. So yeah, this is a deck that's pretty far outside my comfort zone, because usually I like to run a lot of like 6, 7, 8, and 9 drops, and we just don't get to do that today. We gotta make it all work with 1 CMC cards. Also, I can't rely on like my usual stuff of like Mask of Memories, Sword of the Animist, Hearth and Home, all those type things. We gotta figure out other ways to do stuff. That's a... ooh... Linvala's gonna have to eat a path, because that's kind of a big thing for our deck. That's unfortunate. Phyrexian Arena on the stack will shoot the Linvala. I guess the good news is that the Dread Presence probably goes after the Toggo, because the Toggo is kind of a central piece to their deck. There's a Crosenverge. That is colored mana fixing. It does come in tapped, sadly. Let's get the Steel Shaper's Gift. Do we want to... I really don't know if I want to eat the birds with the Skull. I mean, I think we have to. There are more mana dorks in the deck. We just need to get some cards. Eat the birds. Draw 2. Dark Ritual. Not immediately the most helpful. I'm going to take a shot and see if we can get another land with that Explorer Scope. Another land! Bayou! How about that? Alright. Alright, that's 2 for 2. Love it. Ooh, we got a Mana Confluence. Where'd that come from? Oh, that was one of the cards we drew. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, this all seems good. Question I have is, like, I mean, should we just... The Grim we have a couple things in graveyard now. The Lavamancer seems, promising. Solemn Simulacrum will get a land and trigger the thing. Dread Presence. Gonna shoot the Toggo. Yeah, love it. Love it. As long as opponents keep presenting things that are way more threatening than what we're doing, we might be able to keep some stuff in play. Oh, this is ready to go now, though. Ideally, we'll be able to keep our Grim Lavamancer untapped. Toggo, back to play. More target fodder. We have an interesting little game going here. A lot of, like, early game value, but also a lot of things that kill things that make early game value. Pretty fun. Muswart Bridge and Toggo trigger. We may actually be able to use that Dark Ritual after all, because we can use the Dark Ritual to essentially pay for the Crosenverge. They come in on tap with this thing? No, it's tapped. So it would be that. And then that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have red? Oh, we don't have red mana, do we? Oh, Mana Confluence can get us there. We might be able to crack Crosenverge and get our commander, which would be super helpful. Phyrexian Arena for opponent. Opponent's gonna path the exile on our Grim Lavamancer. I mean, we kind of need the mana fixing, to be completely honest. Use the ability. Get a mountain. Though I was really hoping to shoot some stuff with the ability. I mean, I guess if they're burning a path on that, well, honestly, I'd rather that path got burned on something scary from opponents, but... Yep, recast Kaalia, which tells me they probably don't have anything in hand that they can hardcast. And they're probably hoping to get there next turn with the arena. With our creature going down, we may not want to run our commander into this Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Ha! There's a Phyrexian Dreadnought. That's one that I'd prefer to see later in the game. That's not the most helpful right now. Play Mana Confluence. I guess if we can at least Skull Clamp our commander. It's a lot of mana, but it might be worth the 2 extra cards. We have 8 mana currently. Yeah, I mean, we got to do something because we just can't do anything else. I mean, I guess we can crack the Crosenverge. That doesn't seem like a strong enough play, though, so... Yeah, to burn the Dark Ritual. Yeah, let's do it. Dark Ritual, Crosenverge. Get Savannah and Taiga. Oh, we can also get a Tundra. We'll get a Tundra. Or do we need Plateau? I think we have a decent amount of blue. We'll get a Tundra. Cast our commander. Then put the Skull Clamp on our commander. And we'll leave up... The question is whether they want to sack this Dread Presence or whether they have another creature they can cast that they want to sack. I'm leaning toward they're probably going to use this, so I think we just leave up the Fog just in case Kaalia finds something Christmas-landy. Can we sacrifice less than 12 power with the Phyrexian Dreadnought? I mean, I guess if this is still in play, we'd probably just go for the Brain Geyser. But Underworld Connections on the Cabal Stronghold doesn't seem like a great place for that. I would have went on one of the swamps because now you're torn between either trying to get the mana later or drawing the card. They're gonna draw the card right now. They're gonna sacrifice their Solemn Simulacrum to the Witch's Oven, so we're actually safe from the sacrifice for a turn. As I was putting this deck together, I'm like, what commander do I want to use? You could go Kenrith, and that would probably be pretty good. Training Ground is good with Kenrith. It's also good with a lot of things in our deck. But I don't know. Kenrith is just so powerful and like kind of boring to me. It just takes over a game whenever it's in play. Garth is still very powerful, but it's not Kenrith crazy. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any Garth CEDH lists, and there are definitely Kenrith CEDH lists. So Garth is obviously very good, but it's not busted in half the way that Kenrith is. All that being said, I'm like, oh, Garth is one-eyed. We're playing a deck full of one-drops. Thematically, it fits, because there wasn't really like a 5-color one-drop commander that would work for this deck. So Captain Lannery Storm for opponent. Oh, you want to be funny? So we could make the Shivan Dragon and then pump a lot of mana into it and then use that to get this Phyrexian Dreadnought into play. Such a big mana play, though, to do that. Lannery Storm into the Kaalia. I think he's offering to see if he wants to trade in the block. I'm sure they don't, right? It's Kaalia. It's got to be one of the most powerful 2/2s in the game. At least in Commander, anyway. Draws with the Arena. Faithless Looting. Its opponent's turn 6. We have 9 lands in play. That's pretty good. We've done some decent ramping. Opponent discards a land and an Anguished Unmaking. Sephara is a magic card. Means that you have to go through Sephara to be able to shoot Kaalia with the myriad of things that are in play, but this could take down the Sephara. Basilisk Collar is funny. We don't have anything that works with it currently. The Grim Lavamancer was probably about it, but also it just makes your 1/1s a Death Toucher, so no one wants to attack you. All that being said, I think I'm gonna activate this and go for the Brain Geyser. Choosing Brain Geyser. Cast it, choosing ourselves. How much do we leave in the tank? Maybe we leave like 2 mana up. I'm gonna leave 2 mana up. That might be enough to like get a 1-drop and Skull Clamp something, or leave up the Fog, or any of those type of things. So X5. Soul Ring is helpful. More lands. Okay, Warlock class is a card. Oh, now what? Man, this deck is very puzzle-like, trying to figure out like how to spend mana and what to do with it. Maybe it's because I'm playing like a whole cluster of cards that I never normally run together, right? Each of these cards I run probably in a deck somewhere, but not all together like this, and all together like this it is a little strange. So, let's play the Windswept Heath. Let's crack the Windswept Heath. I was hoping to get something with some black in it. Well, Plateau, I guess. Mistveil Plains might have been a good idea there. Oops. Well, that being the case. Play the Soul Ring. Tap Soul Ring. Equip this thing. Play Basilisk Collar. And we'll sit on Fog and Swords. KO said, did you know my record for number of Black Lotuses cast in one turn with Garth is 45? And then Flintlock said, before everyone scooped? He said, no, before someone drew something to stop him. I don't even know how you do that. Some sort of infinite mana loop, I would guess. You need an infinite mana loop, haste. You could probably do it that way. We didn't catch a creature in there, which was hoping to find something we could Skull Clamp. In worst case scenario, we're going to have to regrowth the birds. Phyrexian Arena for opponent. The one shortcoming of 1-drop Tribal is that you don't have any board wipes. Even though Blasphemous Act is often an honorary 1-drop, I did not include it in the list as it does not have a CMC of 1. Also, I didn't include any X cards in the list because there's probably some X cards out there that are technically 1 CMC. I didn't go that route, but you could if you wanted to. Probably power the deck up just a little bit just to have something to do with mana. We have a lot of mana right now. Not that much to do with it. Look at the top 3. Could be helpful right here with the Warlock class. Excited to get that going. KO's got a lot of card draw over there. He can draw with this, can draw with the Underworld Connections, and the Phyrexian Arena. Pretty good value from KO. Also, if he gets another creature, he can draw with that too. Tekik Salvage Splicer coming in, yeah. I think we're going to see opponent's plan get unleashed here. Makes a 3/3 and makes a treasure token. Perhaps a chance that we could have went 1 or 2 deeper with that Brain Geyser. One of the things that I meant to like remind myself of this is that when you're drawing cards in a deck full of 1-drops, that means that each card that you draw is going to be a little less powerful than in most other decks, right? You can't draw Waves of Aggression. You can't draw board wipes, right? Like, a lot of things you can't draw when you have only 1-drops. So the value of each card is quite a bit less, which means you need to draw a lot more of them to really kind of get to where you want to be in a game of Commander. Landry Storm coming our way. Yeah, nothing we can do about it. One card I did look at was Barbarian Class, which the first 2 modes are completely unhelpful. But the last mode is Haste, and it's probably about the only way to get Team Haste in 1 mana, but we have cards like Boots of Speed and Footfall Crater in the deck, which just seemed much more efficient. Is there any life gain in this thing? No, the white card is Disenchant. I will say that the thing that this deck is probably lacking is life gain. We do have 3 fog effects, though, so that gives us some ability to stave off combat damage. Not so much against spell stuff, but see what the Kaalia wants to do. No attacks. Yeah, there's a mounting army right here. Also, they probably just don't have anything in hand. They've been low on cards all game. If they could get something with Kaalia, I could see it, but is that first strike? No, flying lifelink. There's something we can feed to a Skull Clamp. Love it. Play the Ignoble Hierarch. Skull Clamp the Ignoble Hierarch. We draw 2 cards. Bloodchief Ascension and Land Tax are cards. I don't know if we're going to get anything off of Land Tax, but probably play it just to get it out of our hand. Get the Bloodchief Ascension. Since we don't have any additional creatures, we'll re-equip the Skull Clamp to our commander. We'll cast the Warlock class. 1 black mana left. It can at least get us to level 2. Yeah, let's do it. Upgrade this to level 2. I guess we have some lifelink right here. Okay, there's the life gain. Ooh, those are... Oh, man. Spore Frog. Spore Frog is card draw and another fog, but we can get it back. Training Ground, probably have no way to get back. Blacksmith Skill is also really helpful, except against Sacrifice, which there is on board. So I think Training Ground is probably the least replaceable of everything that's happening here. Play the Plains, play Land Tax, play Training Ground. Oh, we should have left more mana up. Crap. We could have cast the Shivan Dragon and step. Yeah, that's... Oh, man, I meant to do that. Oh, I guess we could just make a Black Lotus if nothing else comes up. Yeah, pass like that. Each opponent's going to lose 1 life on account of our Warlock class. Anything worth regrowthing? Creature to Skull Clamp it? Maybe. Oh, we can regrowth like the Blacksmith Skill. Yeah, okay, yeah. If we need to protect something, could regrowth the Blacksmith Skill. It's not terrible. Solemn Simulacrum. It's back. They got 2 creatures again. Curious to see if they shoot something with the land. Toggo might be a good thing to shoot. Also, the Tekik before it gets huge. Wouldn't be terrible. Ooh, with the thing on the stack, he's gonna throw the rock at the Dread Presence, and that'll keep the Dread Presence from being able to shoot either the Tekik or the Toggo. Dread Presence goes down, and that also shuts off the Priest of Forgotten Gods ability until they get another creature. I like that. Also, that Dread Presence, I mean, we don't have any 1-drops currently, but if we did, they would all be on the chopping block for the Dread Presence. Still got to worry about the rocks, though. They don't have too many. I think they spent their only rock. We do have a bunch of treasures, though. Actually, wouldn't mind finding that Footfall Crater. I'm going to draw a card with the Cabal Stronghold. Nice. Opponent lost 2 life, so Bloodchief Ascension. Going to get a counter on it. Use the ability. How many do we need on this thing? 3 or more. 2 to go. Another rock. Landfall. You know, as long as we keep the status quo... we really aren't the threat at the moment. There's an Anger. KO's gonna sack a Solemn to the Witch's Oven and draw another card and make more food tokens. Tekik will get bigger. Equips the rock to the Ronas. Yeah, they can just hold their button on it the whole game. There is a reason that using swords on the Ronas might be a thing to do, but you know, if the Kaalia is trying to slam down big stuff, and as long as we're not presenting as the threat, then we'll just kind of let that go on for a little bit. Now, if they shoot our thing, then I might get real itchy with this swords, but they are going to attack our way, which I don't love. That's a 6/6, that's a 2/2. They could sack enough treasures to kill our commander, so I think we'll just block the Anger and put it in their graveyard against all better judgment. Block the Anger. Could also go like Regrowth, Steel Shaper's Gift, get the Colossus Hammer out of the deck. Wouldn't be the worst idea I've ever heard. Still a little soft to force sacrifice, though. We go down to 28. Probably should have got that Basilisk Collar equipped, but Arena, they draw. See, and this is where I'm not a big fan of Faithless Looting. I get that there's going to be some amount of reanimation in Kaalia as we see some boots come in, but they had to discard their Anguished Unmaking, which would have been... They probably spend it on that Ronas because Sephara is a very enticing target. And we'll see if the boots force them to react. Nope. Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't know we have the swords, like, so there is all of that. But Sephara, still an enticing target. Phyrexian Reclamation is in our deck, and would not mind drawing into that. It is a lot of life loss, and I don't know how well we are suited to deal with that at the moment, but they have no creatures in the graveyard, because the second they activate that, as long as it's during an opposing turn, then we'll get another counter on the Bloodchief. No attacks. Once again tells me they have nothing in hand, and are not looking... Oh, yep, they're going to try to move it over to the Sephara. See how Flintlock feels about that? Not great. Not great. Shoots the Sephara. Yep. It's funny because it's not happening to us. It is slowing the game down, though, which is what our deck needs, because this is not a fast deck. As far as win conditions, how we actually win the game, Westvale Abbey is one of them. Sacrifice enough stuff. This Dreadnought, if we can get it into play and like keep it alive, is another. People just dying to like Bloodchief Ascension randomly or Warlock class, any of that stuff. Probably the closest thing to win conditions, or just hitting with the Shivan Dragon. I think that's really where this deck is ending up. Oh, the good news is that they will probably use the thing to get their Sephara. So if that happens, then every time he cracks a treasure, he's going to lose a bunch of life. Do we gain life in that? Oh, we gain life in that. Yeah. So they probably don't want that to happen. There's some life gain also. We just need to get that thing active. Oh, God. Did I just pass? Oh, no. Oh, I passed. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's not great. Well, do it now. Upset that I missed that. Got chatting. Let's get a regrowth. Regrowth of Spore Frog. What creature do we need to get? The Worldly Tutor. Cast Spore Frog. Cast Worldly Tutor. Alright, here's our choices. Dragon Master Outcast would actually start making some flyers. This thing would draw cards, but is going to take a lot of mana to get it there. Figure of Destiny, not awful. Not awful. Goldraw's Assassin. Probably a little slow. Kami, Reese, Scoop Mob, Sarah Ascendant, not that helpful. Spike Shot Elder. There are worse things than Spike Shot Elder. Or we get the Weathered Wayfarer and try to start working our way toward that Westvale Abbey. I think I like that because we can get a lot of different things with the Weathered Wayfarer. So, wait. Oh, we have way more lands than our opponents, don't we? Yeah, crap. Well, that was a waste. I guess we just Skull Clamp it then. Skull Clamp the Spore Frog. Mistakes piling up. Game's been moving kind of slow. There's an Enlightened Tutor. We can get the thing with that. The next closest opponent is on 9 lands and we're on 11. So, yeah, we're never going to get to Weathered Wayfarer. Enlightened Tutor, let's not mess this one up. Try to get something that's actually helpful. See what we got. Phyrexian Reclamation, not bad. Blade of the Bloodchief, with stuff dying, Blade of the Bloodchief's actually pretty funny. Expedition Map does get that Westvale Abbey. But, man, we're a ways away from that Westvale Abbey being good, though. Being that we have no creatures in play. So, yeah, maybe we're on the Reclamation. Colossus Hammer is also enticing, though, but then that'll just get us targeted down. So, yeah, let's go for the Reclamation. I think that sounds kind of interesting. Skull Clamp the thing. Draw 2. Also a Paladin class. Play the Reclamation. Crap. Well, we already tapped out our thing, I guess, so it doesn't matter that much. Play the Paladin class. Skull Clamp on our commander. Oh, man. So if we have the Reclamation, we get back a bunch of 1/1s. If we could get Blade of the Bloodchief, then every time we sack something, we're going to get a bunch of counters on something, and then something might actually be big enough to get this thing into play. Opponents will each lose 1 life. KO. Sax is Priest of Forgotten Gods. He's got 9 cards in hand. What does he have? A Living Death is what he has. Oh my god, we're going to get so many 1/1s. Oh, this is going to be funny. I forget. Are we going to get the card draw off this? I can't remember how this works. They enter from exile, I think. I think it, let's see. Sacrifices. Yeah, we'll get the draw. Cool. Got to make sure we keep that draw coming. Also, I've been thinking about the fact that, like, maybe we need to reset our Garth here. Another Brain Geyser wouldn't be the worst. Okay, Dread Presence, Priest of Forgotten Gods, all back. Garth to the command zone. We get to draw some cards. So we get back Weather Wayfarer, Spore Frog, Ignoble Hierarch, and Birds of Paradise. Opponents get a Anger and a Sephara. We draw a Tragic Slip, is funny, and Esper Sentinel. How do we Tragic Slip the Sephara? I mean, it's not really causing problems at the moment. The Dread Presence, on the other hand, though. I think we're on the chopping block for Dread Presence, so Tragic Slip the Dread Presence. They're gonna Tech Edge the Scavenger Grounds. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. Oh man, if we could rip that Westvale Abbey soon, we have 4 creatures in play now. That saves us a lot of life, too, and not having to, like, just chew through our entire life total trying to get this thing going. Soulless Revival. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, it's the Dread Presence coming back. Ugh. See if KO lost 2 life. Oh, I don't think he did. Bummer. Solomon to play for opponent. That solves the Ronas problem, too, which is actually a big deal. That was a really nice play from KO. Helped us a little bit and got rid of a lot of problems over here. Got a few of his things back, too. Wow, opponent's got 6 mana. They're not doing anything with it. I mean, this Kaalia's been drawing extra cards for a number of turns, and I'm surprised that they just haven't run into anything. That is sort of the problem with Kaalia as a deck, though. As strong as it can be, and it can be very strong, you do just have this like weird deck building restriction on you need so many of each type of card, and like almost all your creatures are going to be giant, which makes them hard to cast. That also just means that you can run less of them. It's not like a green deck where you can run 40 creatures. So for all the great things Kaalia does, it is also tricky in that sense that the deck can be very awkward sometimes. Kaalia coming back to play. Boots on Kaalia. Nice. Flintlock's going to take a hit for 2. Kaalia trigger. Get this Bloodchief Ascension going. I'm thinking we can pump up our team by 1 and use the Exalted on the Birds of Paradise to get KO, and that will give us active Bloodchief Ascension. Junji the Midnight Sky. Flying Menace. When it dies, choose 1. Each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. Or put target non-dragon card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose 2 life. It's not terrible. Little Reanimator card. Seems decent for the deck in that it's castable at 5 mana and gives you some value. So, yeah, seems decent in Kaalia. Oh, funny story. If we upgrade this thing, Skull Clamp will no longer be card draw. Use the ability. We're getting there. That's a Kessig Wolf Run. That's another way to do it. Yeah, just play the Kessig Wolf Run, I guess. Kessig Wolf Run the Bop. Send this into KO. Exalted will trigger. Oh, you want what we could do otherwise? So if this doesn't pan out, I think it will because it's not all that threatening, but we could... we just need to make a creature die, and then we upgrade this thing all the way. Or no, at the beginning. Oh, the timing doesn't work. Yeah, the timing wouldn't work. So the 1 life would then get doubled, but that won't work out, unfortunately. Be an interesting play, though. KO takes 2. Perfect. Play the Esper Sentinel. Make sure we can't activate the Weather Wayfarer. We cannot Skull Clamp the Wayfarer. Mistveil Plains, Reanimate. We could reanimate someone else's stuff. That might be a thing. See what's in the graveyard. Nothing for KO. Ronas with that. Can Ronas fight stuff? No, we're missing the fight part of that equation. We could like shoot something like a Sephara at some point. Yeah, Reanimate could be helpful. Maybe we'll hold off on it for now. Let's we have the Spore Frog, so maybe we tap out and try to get some stuff leveled up here, or maybe we draw more cards. So make mana with the Hierarch, Skull Clamp the Hierarch. Pongify Dragon Master Outcast are decent pickups. Cast the Dragon Master Outcast. Do we upgrade anything? We need to keep 3 mana up for effects. We have 5 mana plus 2 floating. Do I want to give up on our card draw? I'm not sure that I do, to be honest with you. Let's just activate the Reclamation then. We'll get back the Hierarch. Really trying to find my way to this Westvale Abbey. Play the Hierarch. Skull Clamp the Hierarch. Opponents can activate Moss Warp Bridge, although they don't have 10 power. I think they're gonna... Oh, maybe they're just trying to F6. I don't know. Tithe and Masterwork of Ingenuity. Lightning Greaves are in play. We have 8 cards in hand. Already played a land. We'll Masterwork on the Lightning Greaves. Seems like a very reasonable thing to do. Choosing Lightning Greaves. And put it on the Esper Sentinel. Gets us down to 7 cards in hand, and we'll pass like that. Warlock Glass and Bloodchief Ascension trigger. Nice. Turn 9 and everyone's around 30. Use the ability. Bloodchief Ascension is active. Next turn we might want to get Garth back because the Lightning Greaves make it a lot better. Now that this thing's active, if opponent starts rolling through treasures, life's going to get good. Crucible of Worlds for KO. Esper Sentinel. Has a Tectonic Edge. Pays for the Esper Sentinel. Gets the Tectonic Edge. Plays a Machias. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Crap, I missed it. Sacrifices the Solemn to the Witch's Oven. It's going to get Undying. I have 6 for a second because this game is going really slowly. And use the Blood Chief ability. Thus was not able to respond. Although maybe we just swords the Machias now. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Swords Machias. Because if he gets another creature back in play, he could theoretically do the Priest of Forgotten Gods thing. We don't want him doing that. And we will try to F6 once again. Sadbot comes back. Gets a land. He's back to 35 life, unfortunately. Another counter on Blood Chief. Oh, he has to discard. We're going to get him with that, too. Get him with the Blood Chief. Tekik back to play. Makes it 3-3. 2-2 coming our way. Yeah, we'll just take that. If we had a profitable block, I'd kill it just to get the damage going, but, well, maybe not. It is an anger, but, yep, take the 2. Arena trigger for opponent. Opponent has not yet flashed back their Faithless Looting, which is weird considering that it seems like they've been kind of stuck. Chaos Warp on a land. They're just trying to find something. Esper Sentinel. Chaos Warp their own land, trying to get lucky. That's what they've been sitting on. Fair enough. Chaos Warp is a decent one to keep around. Although, this would be a pretty good target. Given long enough, this will get you killed. It's usually a lot faster when there's a combo piece to go with it. Or even like just a synergy piece. Doesn't need to be full infinite, but... we don't necessarily have any of those, but... What'd they get? I think they got a land back. Ouch. We do get them for 2 with the Blood Chief, and we're up to 29. I would like to see opponent attack right here, especially not us. We could have Pongified the Machias and then reanimated it, but that assumes that KO doesn't have a way to get it back, which he might have. Kaalia coming our way. Junji into KO. Kaalia trigger. See what he's got. He's got nothing. Love it. We'll take our 2. 2 commander, 27 life. Dragon Master Outcast, we're going to get a dragon. Boy, am I excited about a flying attacker blocker. Vandal Blast. Oh my god. Okay. 1, 2, 3 over there. 1, 2, 3. They could sacrifice these in response. It'll be 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then if we double it, that would it would more or less take KO out, but it wouldn't get the other 2 that much. So we might wait just a second. See if we can really ham it. I think we're set up. I think we have enough tricks that we can do this. So play the Mistveil Plains. Let's get this thing upgraded. Actually, we can wait on that. We don't need to show that. Tap this. Actually, don't tap that. Okay, yeah, tap that. Skull Clamp on the dragon. Basilisk on the dragon. Boots on the dragon. Pongify. So do we want to use the Pongify on that? I mean, I don't think they block with... Yeah, Pongify this far. We could just attack Flintlock. Kaalia has a lot more mana and... I mean, KO's probably has the most going on, honestly, but... Blood Chief Ascension trigger. Could reanimate this far. Use ability. I guess with the Vandal Blast thing, I'm less worried about KO. Swing this into big dogs. It goes to 17, then we're going to upgrade this thing all the way. And... I think we pass like that. Put this Warlock class trigger on the bottom. Then this one, and then that one on top. Opponent's down to 7 after all that. Phyrexian Arena. Opponent says reject humanity, return to monkey. Oh, that's a Razaketh. Wish I still had that thing. Wish I didn't use the thing. Although, I mean, if he's sacrificing creatures to do that, that's more life loss. But he can just get any card he wants. At instant speed. Sacrifices the Solemn. Blood Chief. Tekik getting bigger. Oh, I hope he doesn't have enchantment removal. If this goes down, I really don't know how we're going to get across the finish line. I mean, I guess just flying attackers and double life loss. Unbreakable Bond. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a lifelink counter on it. It's the Solemn. Oh, that's fine. Esper Sentinel, we draw a City of Brass. He's down to 2 mana. What's Mire and Misery? Is that 2? One of those black enchantment removal cards is 2. Another Blood Chief trigger. God, active Blood Chief Ascension is so good. There are so many reasons why cards go to the graveyard. And, we really don't even have any synergy pieces for it. It's just kind of sitting there, and it's really not bad. It took a while to get going, and it's very late in this game, but... Gonna sack the Solemn again. Digging for more stuff. It's 4 life every time he does it. Pretty steep. Maybe we should have did the Vandal Blast thing. Although, I don't know that we had enough mana to upgrade the Warlock class and do the Vandal Blast thing. And he's got 9 cards in hand, so we might have to discard. Lose more. Oh... I'm enjoying this Blood Chief Ascension. We have 51 cards remaining in our library. We have played a lot of cards this game. I think we've played just about all these. I know we milled 2 or 3, but most of them we cast at some point. Plus the stuff we haven't played, plus the stuff in our hand. Yeah, we've played a lot of cards. Now, the impact of each card is up for debate, but when you have enough of them together, eventually cool things start to happen. Bubbling Cauldron. What's the... Isn't there a combo with that somewhere? It does require mana. They don't have infinite mana, so that's good. Probably get an attack with a Razakit, though. Wait, is it summoning? It's summoning sick. Yeah, never mind. Bloodchief Ascension, still in play. KO's got a discard, too. It's 4 more life. And our life total keeps climbing higher. KO's keeps climbing lower. KO says, if you have enchantment removal, now would be a good time to use it. Yep. Oh, man, I really hope we can untap with the Bloodchief Ascension. Everything our way. This isn't even, like, that much damage. How much is this? It's 9, 11, 14. That'll put us around 30. We'll just take... The Kaalia is the one I'm most worried about. Actually, you know what? We have 2 fogs. We already took it. I mean, I guess we have, like, Spore Frog, this thing. That stops attacks for a very long time. Arena for opponent. Wouldn't mind if they flash back that Faithless Looting. There's going to be a lot of life loss. Again, that Anguish I'm making, if they had that. I mean, I guess if they didn't Chaos Warp their own thing. Trying to get lucky. This was on the battlefield at that point, so you could see it. If you haven't played against Bloodchief Ascension much, it's a card that can beat you. Scroll Rack for opponent. Get to look at some new cards. Oh, Naginata. I thought about this one. I'm like, it might be kind of hard to equip this thing, but at some point we'll find a creature with power 3 or greater. So I thought it'd be a fun include. Opponent's going to Scroll Rack. Yeah, opponent's sending everything our way. This one I'm going to fog. See if they hit anything nasty. Nope. How much damage is it? Yeah, it's enough to fog. I think the other one was a little bit more damage, but I was playing that, like, what if they hit something big? Oh, no, opponent's going to destroy all creatures. Oh, that's going to get a lot of people killed. Okay, I guess that's fine. We have anything for that? Let's make some mana here. Cast this Tithe, see if there's any planes left in the deck. There's 1 planes left. Grab a planes. Yeah, I mean, this is fine, I guess. We'll draw more cards, and everyone's going to lose a lot of life. Not Flintlock, because he's got a Heroic Intervention. I was thinking about that. I'm like, all right, what if Flintlock has Heroic Intervention for the treasures, but they're not going to have it for the Vandal Blast, so it's good that we're getting this out of the way. We get 1 for the Heroic Intervention on the Bloodchief, and here's going to be a whole bunch more. Yep. So, what's that, 5 triggers? I was thinking about trying to get the Dreadnought in this turn, sacrificing the dragon, and, God, probably... We have to sacrifice 2 dragons and some other stuff. Maybe I should just put Stifle in the deck. Stifle's the 1 mana one, right? Trickbind's the 2/1. Yeah, maybe I just need to put a Stifle in the deck for this. Each opponent loses 2 life, discard 2 cards. That's more life loss. That's 4 more life to each opponent. Opponent's gonna Moss Warp Bridge. See what they got. Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's a Chaos Warp. Wait, on the Reclamation? Oh, I think they chose the wrong one. We're good. What'd we get? We got Maze of Ith. Could be worse. Like I said, I have no idea how we win this game if Bloodchief Ascension goes down. Oh, no, that was intentional. Phyrexian he said because of the Phyrexian Reclamation Spore Frog combo, and he's a combat deck, so he said the Bloodchief Ascension doesn't hurt him that much. Oh, he's about to regret that. There is no way to know, but I don't know. We have a lot of life too, right? It's not that Reclamation's a bad target, just that Bloodchief Ascension does kill you quickly. Big Dogs goes down. There's a Hex Drinker. Finally one of our level up creatures. Haven't been able to find those all game. Play the Command Tower, I guess. Let's just start with the Vandal Blast and see who's left after that. Yep, opponent sacking some treasures. KO scoops it. Yeah, that'll get him killed. Do the treasures not go to the graveyard? Why don't we get Bloodchief Ascension triggers for all those treasures? We do get a couple things right there. Feels like there's supposed to be more Bloodchief triggers than that. Use the ability. Down to 22. Let's play this Hex Drinker. We just go on the attack, try to finish it that way. Play this Naginata. Make sure we leave a green up for the fog. Start leveling this thing up. Oh no, he's gonna Starstorm X1. Oh no. Oh, our guy. Oh, we just spent so much mana on that. Use the ability. Let's reanimate one of their things. This Ronas seems good. We can't attack with Ronas though. Need another creature. Yeah, Lannery Storm's fine, I guess. We have a Lannery Storm. Skull Clamp, the Lannery Storm. Oh, Naginata, the Lannery Storm. Boots, the Lannery Storm. Send in the Lannery Storm. We make a treasure. Could sack that because it's double damage, but I haven't done the math here. I don't actually know if they'll survive or not. Well, maybe we should. It's probably going to be close. Yeah, we'll sack it. Because I think they've lost 4 already. They're down to 13. I think this should be enough. This one on the bottom. The double damage one. And then the other 2. Exactly 0. It's a good thing we cracked the treasure. Nice. Oh, wow. I can't believe we just won a game with 1-drop tribal. That was unexpected. Yeah, so the win condition is, I don't know, figure it out. Try to keep a Bloodchief Ascension in play as long as possible. Never got to the Westvale Abbey, which makes me sad. Also never got to the Colossus Hammer. Those would have been fun, but there was a lot of like creature removal through the early and mid part of the game, so it's actually tough to keep things in play. At that point, it was just worth skull clamping everything we could find. There's probably some changes I would make. There was at least a few cards that weren't amazing. Paladin class was a little awkward with skull clamp. Other than that, it'd be fine, but you're probably going to be searching that skull clamp out pretty hard for this deck just because there isn't a lot of card draw, and this is like one of the best options. So that might be a little bit of a non-bow. Phyrexian Dreadnought, just staring at this thing all game, pretty rough. I'd probably cut that one. But if you ever get it to work, man, will that be exciting. Other than that, I don't know, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed the deck a lot, honestly. This game was fairly challenging for me because at this point I've played most archetype of decks, so like when I'm playing a deck I have a general census of like, oh, this is the token deck, make all the tokens this turn and then set up for like the big overrun type thing next turn, or whatever the case is, right? I have some like prior history of playing a deck that's kind of similar. With this, really, there's just nothing. Like there's nothing in my back catalog that's like this. So, you know, trying to figure out where to spend your mana and what pieces are most important was a pretty interesting challenge. Now, if I play it 2 or 3 more times, I'm sure it'll probably become more second nature, but I did find it very interesting to try to make this deck work. So if you're looking for an interesting challenge, this is certainly one you can look at. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel, vote on which decks I play next, or if you want to get some good games of Spell Table, be sure to check out my Patreon at the link below.